Did you know you can make these macrame heart coasters without any sewing and without any glue? Stay tuned to find out. Here and welcome to Bochiknot Macrame, the channel where you will find all things macrame related, from DIY pattern tutorials to helpful tips and tricks videos. If you guys are interested in learning macrame, click that subscribe button and also give this video a big thumbs up. Because Valentine's Day is just a few weeks away, I wanted to give you guys another project idea that you could potentially make as gifts for loved ones. And that is a fringe-less macrame heart coaster pattern. This is a basic beginner-friendly macrame pattern using two basic knots of macrame, the square knot and the double half hitch knot. If you are a beginner in macrame and you want to brush up on the square knot and the double half hitch knot, you can download our free 50 Knots and Sennets ebook over on Bochiknot.com. It's a helpful guide with 50 knots and sennet patterns in a step-by-step picture format to help guide you with making the knots. If you guys are interested, download your own copy today. What we did to end this pattern without fringe so that it is nice and tidy at the back without any glue and without any sewing has to do with how we tied the double half hitch knots all around the heart. So make sure you guys watch through to the end to see how that is done. Then with some of the excess cords that we have at the top and the bottom, all we did is we just tucked them in at the knots in the back. This macrame pattern can be expanded into a larger one so that you can use it as a table mat or even as a rug, depending on how big of a pattern you make it. Or you can make them smaller and turn them into macrame heart earrings. The possibilities are endless. I really hope you guys will have fun making this one, and with that said, let's get right into it. The only material you will need for this pattern is macrame cord, and you can use either 3mm or 4mm macrame cord. In this video, I'll be demonstrating this heart coaster pattern with 3mm single strand cord from our rainbow cord line, and I'm using the blush color. The reason why I love this cord so much is because it holds sturdy for a single strand cord. It really doesn't unravel, which is what you need for a single strand cord when trying to macrame. And as a bonus, there are so many beautiful colors to choose from. I'll be using a macrame board and some pins to make this project, but you don't have to have a macrame board if you don't have one. You can easily just use tape and a table to mount the cords onto to make the project from. We will be working in groups of 4 cords, so taking the first group of 4 cords at 50 centimeters long, at one end we are going to tie an overhand knot. Then I'm just going to pin or tape this knot down. Then approximately 2 inches downwards with these 4 cords, we are going to make a square knot with the far left and far right cords as working cords. Then taking a second group of 4 cords at 50 centimeters long each, make another overhand knot and then pin it down to the left of the square knot we had just made. Now with the far right square knot, we're going to take the left 2 cords from that square knot and then the 2 cords next to it to the left, we're going to make an alternating square knot. It's diagonally facing towards the bottom left side. Then we're going to make one more diagonal square knot over to the left once more. Now we're going to repeat the exact same pattern on the left side, mirroring what we just did on the right. We're going to pin down 2 more groups of 4 cords at 50 centimeters long each. Starting on the far left side, we are going to make a square knot at the same height as the far right square knot. Then after this, we are going to make 2 more diagonal square knots to the right side. And then now with the middle 4 cords here, we're going to make an alternating square knot. Now we're going to add another group of 4 cords on the right and left sides, and we are still using the 50 centimeter long cords. On the left side with the 4 cords there, make a square knot the same height as the square knot right beside it on the right. And now repeat the same thing on the far right side. Now on the left side again, we're going to add an alternating square knot to combine the left 2 sections together, and then repeat the same thing on the right side. Now, the last group of cords we're going to add are 40 centimeter long cords, and we're going to add a group of 4 40 centimeter long cords on the right and left sides. And then here, with 2 cords from the new group on the right side, and then the 2 cords to the left, make an alternating square knot diagonally to the right. Then add 1 more diagonal square knot to the right after that. And now the heart-shaped pattern has taken shape on the right side, and we're going to repeat the exact same pattern on the left side. Now that the top part of the heart-shaped pattern is complete, we're now going to fill in the middle section with a bunch of alternating square knots. Now fill out the right side of the heart with alternating square knots as well. Now to continue on with these alternating square knots, we're going to take the far left 4 cords and make another alternating square knot. But as you can see, I'm leaving minimal room on the left side. So I'm kind of making a sideways alternating square knot. And then now we're going to continue filling up the middle section with square knots, but then we're also going to make a V-shaped pattern below to form the bottom part of the heart. So back to the left side here again, we're making an alternating square knot, but this time it's going diagonally towards the right. What you have to do is continue filling in the square knots in the middle and then continue adding diagonal square knots on the left side, and then doing the same thing of course on the right side until we reach a V-shaped pattern at the very bottom with just 1 square knot left. So as you can see, I've filled up the rows I have there. You can see the top half of the heart pattern has been filled up, and we're just going to continue now making horizontal rows of square knots from left to right, making one less square knot with every row we make until we reach one square knot at the bottom. Once done, this is what your heart-shaped pattern should look like. And now what we're going to do is take off all the pins or tape that you have and untie all the overhead knots. Now for the double half hitch knot part of this pattern, to seal the outside of the heart pattern, I'm going to use a separate color cord for the anchor cord. Now you don't have to do this. The reason why I'm using a separate color is to show you that we're not going to be cutting the anchor cord, so the separate terracotta color, at all. So to begin, start with a 50 centimeter cord as an anchor cord on the right side of the heart, and take that middle right cord and make a double half hitch knot. Now what we're going to do is include that working cord we just used with the anchor cord on the right side, so that there's now 2 anchor cords for the next double half hitch knot to the right. Now before we continue with the next double half hitch knot, snip off the second anchor cord. So we're never going to snip off the red anchor cord. We're always going to snip off the newest anchor cord after every double half hitch knot is made. So we have made the next double half hitch knot. We're going to pull on both the anchor cords and working cords to tighten everything, and then we're going to cut off this second anchor cord again, and we're going to repeat the process all the way to the other side of the heart pattern. So once you get near the bottom left part of the heart pattern, what we're going to do here is we're going to repeat the same thing. We're going to snip off that second anchor cord until the very last double half hitch knot. Then we are not going to snip off that second anchor cord. So here it is, we're at the final middle left cord at the bottom of the heart. We're going to tighten every single cord, but we're not going to snip off that second anchor cord here. We're just going to leave it as is. And now we're going to repeat the exact same pattern on the right side. So starting with another 50 centimeter long anchor cord, make a double half hitch knot at the top of the heart, this time with the middle left cord. And now include the working cord with the anchor cord for the next double half hitch knot. Snip off that second anchor cord and then repeat this pattern all the way to the bottom of the heart. And then with that last double half hitch knot, we remember to not snip off that second anchor cord. Once you have made it to the bottom on both sides, this is what you should have left. You should have 6 strands of cords at the bottom, 4 pink cords and 2 red color cords. Because we did use the red color for the anchor cord to end this pattern, take the right 2 pink cords as anchor cords and then the left anchor cord as the working cord now for a diagonal double half hitch knot over to the left side. Pull on all of the cords to tighten. Then for the top part of the pattern, bring the cord ends to the back side of the heart, whichever side you have deemed as the back side of the coaster pattern, and we're going to tie a diagonal double half hitch knot at the back. And then now for the last remaining step is we're going to weave these cord ends through the square knots at the back of the pattern, and then we're going to trim off the excess cords. You can use a crochet hook for this part, or if you have a weaving needle, that works as well. Once you're done, this is what the back of the heart pattern should look like. It should be nice and clean, and this is what the front part of the pattern should look like. If you use the same color anchor cord, you would also have a very clean looking backside as well. And that concludes our fringeless macrame heart coaster pattern. Did you guys enjoy the technique used to seal off the ends with the double half hitch knots so that there is no fringe? Let me know in the comment section below. I love incorporating fringe into my projects, but sometimes I also like having that clean look in my projects as well without any fringe. And for this one in particular, I really liked having the clean heart-shaped pattern for the coasters. If you enjoyed learning this new technique on how we closed off the heart pattern today, we do teach a lot of other techniques just like this over on the Bochiknot Macrame community on Patreon. If you guys are interested in learning more, you can head on over to patreon.com/Bochiknot for more details. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.